see the PPT? This PPT is being shared. Okay, in the previous class, we were discussing about the multidimensional array. Under that multidimensional array, we were discussing about the two-dimensional array, right? So, multidimensional arrangements will be having more than one subscript. So, whenever we go for a two-dimensional array, we are going to have how many subscripts? Two subscripts. One is going to represent the row, and the other one is going to represent the column, right? So, whenever we talk about the two-dimensional arrays, right? So we can go for storing the characters, we can go for storing the integers, right? So, but the condition is that whenever we talk about array, it should be of same data type. That is very important, right? So, whenever we talk about more than two subscripts, here you can see an example where we have a three subscripts, right? So, the first subscript represents how many number of blocks is being made available of number of rows and number of columns. That is, here I have a 3 cross 3 matrix over here, and how many 3 cross 3 matrix is being made available over here? 2 blocks of 3 cross 3 matrix is made available over here. So that is what. So we can. So whenever we go for having only one subscript, we'll be calling it as a single dimensional array. Whenever we have more than one subscript, we'll be calling it as a two-dimensional array. Under this multi-dimensional array, under this multi-dimensional array, we have a two-dimensional array. From the name itself, we have the two dimensions. So it is going to have two subscripts, right? Are you all clear with this? Do you have any doubt in this? No? We'll go for performing the matrix addition. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing I have told about the steps, how to go for writing the matrix addition. Can anyone just recollect whatever we have discussed that day? The first thing, what is the condition we should have? What is the condition we should have? What is the condition we should have, ma? Whenever we go for performing matrix addition, what constraint has to be satisfied?
Number of rows is equal to number of columns.
Very good. Number of rows should be equivalent to what? Number of columns. If that condition is being satisfied, then only we can go for performing matrix addition or matrix subtraction. That is, it is possible for what? Square matrices. It is not possible for what? Non-square matrices. That is rectangular matrices. It is possible only for which one? Only for your, which one, ma? It is possible only for your square matrices. Okay. Here we'll look into the program over here. Right. So here you can see to the day of 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. So whenever we go for performing two matrices, that is addition of two matrices, first how many subscripts we need to declare over here for two-dimensional array?
Two subscripts.
Two subscripts. One representing the row, the other representing the column. Right?
Column.
And then we should get the value of what? Two matrices. Right? We should read the value of what? Two matrices. And then we are going to perform what operation? Addition operation on matrices. So whenever we need to store that, right? So we go for the third matrix. Third matrix is going to be what matrix? The resultant matrix. Yes. So first we should get the row and column value of the first matrix. Next we should get the column and row value of the second matrix. And then we should check for the constant whether both are going to be equal or not. If they are equal, if row 1 is equal to row 2 and column 1 is equal to column 2, then we can go for what operation? Addition operation. Otherwise, we cannot go for what? For how many? Otherwise, we cannot go for performing which operation? Addition operation. So here for I is equal to 0, I less that is I less than the row 1, I plus plus. Under that we need to read the column value over there. So j is equal to 0, j less than column 1, j plus plus, we go for reading the matrices. After that, similarly, we need to go for reading the second matrix also. After that, we need to perform what? The addition operation. How C of I comma j is equal to, you can go for, yeah, matrix P of I comma j is equal to matrix 1 of I comma j plus what? Matrix 2 of I comma j. So here print up the addition of two matrices. So for that, you should get the row value as well as the column value. That's what here also again you're going to use a loop. Yes, we'll go for performing the addition matrix. Yes, ma? You people will tell me the steps. Yes, no? Yes, tell me the steps now first. What I need to do? What I need to do?
Int ij.
Int ij alone. I comma j comma. Sorry. I comma j comma. I'll keep it as a of two subscripts I need to represent. Shall I have the size as what? 10, right? A of 10 cross 10, right? And then comma, I'm going to have the B matrix over here, right? Comma, the B matrix of, okay. Next, I need to have what? Only these two matrices are enough.
No, ma'am, resultant also required.
So I need to store the result in another matrix, right? A of 10 comma. Okay, next what I need to do? That's all. Correct. Correct or not? See, you people will not see morning, Monday morning first hour. Hey, am I audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
no?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
You have me, right?
Audible, ma'am.
Or my voice is breaking.
No, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah.
Audible, ma'am.
Okay. Next, what I need to do? That's all.
Inter
I need to read two more values, right? What are those two more values I need? I should read two more values, no? Yes or no? Okay. See whether I need to read what are the values I need to read first? Yes, I have got a message. Very good. I need to read the value of the rows and columns, right? Okay, so if I need to read the values of the rows and columns, I just need to declare the rows and columns, right? M comma n, I'll have it, right? So now the printf, so
Number of rows.
what ma? Enter the row 1 value of matrix 1. Enter the row 1 value. I can write it as what? M1, N1, and M2, M2, comma N2. Likewise, also I can write, right? So, printf, enter the row value of matrix 1. So, scan up, shift, percentage D, shift percentage D, comma, ampersand. Row 1 is going to be M1, right? Next, I need to read the value of what? Row value, column value.
Column.
Row value and column value. So row 1, that is row value of matrix 1, column value of matrix 1. Column value of matrix 1. So here I need to write it as what? N1.
N1.
Okay. So similarly, I need to read the value of what? Matrices 2, right? So enter the row value of what? Matrix 2. So here I'll go for writing it as M2 over here. Here I'll go for writing it as what? N2 over here. Right? Okay. After what I need to do? Now what I need to do? If, yes, tell me, if, what is the condition? What is the condition I need to execute over here? I need, once I have got the row and column values, next I need to check whether the row value is
Whether the rows equal to the column value or not.
So M1 and M2 are equal. Yes, M1 should be equal to, if M1 not equal to M2 and N1 not equal to M2, matrix addition is not possible. So exit. Else matrix addition is possible. Enter the array of elements. Okay, that is what I should give. So next I should go for what? Checking out the constraint. That is what we have seen over here, right? So here we have received the here we have received that here I'll take it as, so int I comma j array here m comma n, right? Print up, enter the rows, number of rows of arrays and this thing. Anyhow we can have, right? So enter, so if both are going to be equal over here, you can see it over here, right? So if row 1 is not equal to row 2 and column 1 is not equal to column 2, print up the order of two matrices is not the same. So exit. Okay. So else what happens? Else, right? Else accept the elements of, that is for I is equal to 0, for I less than M1, I plus plus. Likewise, we can go for what? Executing that. Else we need to go for what? Printing the values. That is what in the next thing also, also here. Here we are declaring an array of 50, 50, right? So we can go for reading those values, right? For j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Here we are declaring two matrices. Okay. So either way you can write. So if M1 is equal to M2, print up matrix addition is possible. Print up, enter the elements of a matrix. Okay, else you go for a matrix addition is not possible. Likewise, also we can go for what? Performing that. So now, if I'll write it as what? If M1 equal to M2, right? And N1 equal to N2, what happens? If this condition is true, what you need to perform? If this condition is true, what you need to do? Tell me. No one is answering me. Why?
Addition operation.
Addition operation can be performed. Okay. And N1 equal to N2. Printf. I can go for representing addition of two matrices. Two matrices is possible. Two matrices is possible. Right? Enter the value of what? Two matrices is possible. Next. Printf. Enter the value of what matrices. You can go for what giving what? Enter the value of matrices. Of matrix A and B. A and B. So now what I need to do after this? After this, you all feel sleepy, huh? In the morning, first hour itself.
Ma'am, in that M1 equal to M2 and N1 equal to N2, we have to write A and D or and symbol we have to give.
Yeah, here there is an option. We have this option, and we can give that ampersand symbol also. No problem. Right? Here when I typed, right? So here I am getting the dashboard. I'm getting an operation right over here. The keyboard is being available over here. So I use this. Instead of symbol, I have used the keyboard over here. Next, for loop I need to write no. For I is equal to 0. Correct? For I is equal to 0. Semicolon. I less than. What I need to do? I less than. Which one? Which represents here rows? M1, comma, I plus plus. Right? I plus plus. Here inside that another for loop, what I need to read? For j is equal to 0. For j is equal to 0.
Semicolon.
Semicolon.
J less than N1.
N1. Semicolon.
J plus plus.
J plus plus. Very good. Okay. Next, what I need to do?
Then to end with semicolon.
Again, I need to go for giving what? What I need to do?
After M1 semicolon.
Okay, after M1 semicolon. Okay, let's the semicolon. Okay. Semicolon, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Semicolon. I plus plus, okay. For j is equal to 0, j less than 1, j plus plus. What I need to do?
Scan up.
Scan up. Percentage B,
M1.
percentage B, comma. Which Which matrix I need to read? A of or otherwise I'll execute this and I'll go as such. Or you are ready to just tell me this. If it is not possible, let's go for it.
Matrix A. Okay.
Matrix A of Shiva.
A of M1 N1.
What is that we are using it over here? If you
IJ.
understand this, then it will be
IJ,
easy
ma'am.
performing A of A of
A of IJ, ma'am.
that you people are not telling me. Please. Listen here. See here. So for I is equal to 0, I less than rho 1. Rho 1 we have what? I plus plus. So j is equal to 0, j less than column 1, j plus plus. Print up, enter the elements. Right? Print up, enter the elements a percentage c, comma, I, comma, j. This is the column matrix we are going to read for that purpose. Scan a percentage d and it is also what? Matrix 1. Here we have what? A of I, comma, j. So this is what we are going to do it here. Yeah, instead of here we are checking if M1 is equal to M2 and N1 equal to N2, you can say that matrix addition is possible. So print up, enter the array of elements or enter the matrix A and B. For that, for I is equal to 0, it is going to perform this operation. So if you want, you need to do it twice. For what purpose you need to do it twice? Because you need to read the value of matrix A and read the value of matrix C. For that purpose only we go for what? Performing the operation over here, right? So why we are giving here percentage D, percentage D? Can anyone tell me? What is the purpose of percentage D, percentage D? So what matrix value you are going to handle it over here? Right, whether it is going to be a 3 cross 3 matrix or whether it is going to be a 2 cross 2 matrix, that one we need to know now. So for that purpose only we go for what already we have declared it over there, right? This is nothing but your I, comma j value. So for each and every element it gets what printed out. Okay, so what is going to be my first row, first element? What is going to be my first row, second element? For that purpose only I had given over here print up, enter the elements inside the jth loop. Inside the jth loop and scan of percentage D, right? Able to understand why I am giving it here? See here, so print of addition of two matrices is possible, right? Okay, so here I'll cut the statement. Instead of the statement, I'll give it over here. For I is equal to 0, I less than M1, I plus plus. For j is equal to 0, j less than N1, j plus plus. Right? Inside this, before this, right? I can go for giving this statement over here. What is that statement over here? Print f, enter the elements of what? Print f, enter the elements of matrix A of percentage B, right? Again, I'll shift percentage B, right? So, comma, shift colon, okay, comma, I, comma, J, right? Okay, print up. Next, scan of percentage D of what? I, comma, J, I, and then J over here, that is what. So what is the purpose? Why we are giving the inside the loop? Can anyone tell me? Why we are giving inside the loop? Why we are giving inside the loop? If I give outside the loop, what will happen? If I give inside the loop, what will happen? What will happen, ma? Yesterday itself I showed you, right? Executed. Okay. Now we'll go for this.
The answer will be in the direct mode, ma'am.
So the result will be 4 elements will be displayed directly when we give outside the loop, right? Right? Otherwise, each and every value will get displayed onto the screen. That is what the first element, second element, the third element, like fourth element, it will get displayed onto the screen. Okay. So next, now we have what included the first matrix. We have did the first matrix. Next step, what we need to do? You want to print this, right? So we have printed this and then we have read the first matrix. After reading the first matrix, what we need to do? We need to go for reading the second matrix. The same thing, right? The same thing I need to perform, but it should be with for what? For I is equal to 0, for I is equal to 0, here B matrix I need to read, right? B matrix of I comma j, here B matrix of I comma j. Okay, understood? Next, what I need to perform, so you see to that this for loop has got ended, this for loop has got ended. Next, what operation I need to perform? Next, what operation I need to perform? C of
4.
X. C of 4. What is that? C of I comma j. See, look into this. Here we have what? So we have read the two matrices. After reading the two matrices, we need to perform the addition operation of two matrices. For that, again, for I is equal to 0, I less than rho 1, the same thing. But here we need to perform it how? How we need to? The same thing, right? First two sentences will be the same. Here you can use either less than M1 or M2. It is not going to affect your this thing. So here I need to use what? What is the thing I need to use? C of I comma j is equal to C of I of j is equal to shift equal to C of I, C of j is equal to what? What is the formula we have? A of I, A of I, A of j.
B of I, B of
I have used the wrong phrases, right? A of I, A of j plus
B of ij.
plus B of
B
I
of ij.
plus B of I, B of j, right? Plus B of I, B of j. That's all. So C of I comma j is equal to A of I comma j plus B of I comma j. After please mute yourself if you are interested to talk to the ones nearby. Badav, Bardasai. Okay, C of I comma j. So here I need to invert. So after this, I can go for giving the printf statement, the resultant matrices. Likewise, I can give, right? That is odd here also we have given, right? So we have performed this addition operation. After performing this addition operations, we need to go for what? Printing the value of the resultant addition of two matrices over here, right? So whenever we go for performing, we have just executed that process, but we need to go for what? Printing the value of it, right? So for printing the value of the addition of two matrices, again we need to go for what? Reading value one by one, right? Able to understand? So here the first thing we have got, we have declared the row 1 value, row 2 value, column 1 value, column 2 value, I, J, the two subscripts what we are going to use, and A matrix, B matrix, and C matrix, right? And then we are checking out the condition if M1 equal to M2 and N1 equal to N2. If that condition is true, print of addition of two matrices is possible, right? For I is equal to 0, I less than M1, I plus this. You go for reading the value of the A matrix. Similarly, you go for reading the value of the B matrix. After that, you go for performing the addition of this matrices. After performing the addition of this matrices, you people need to read the value of which one? So you need to read the value of what? The two matrices again. You need to read the value of what? Two matrices again. Okay. So for I is equal to 0, I less than for j is equal to 0, right? Printf the addition of two matrices is P of what is that? P of I comma j. So addition of two matrices is P of shift percentage B percentage B right? Slash n comma I comma j. Correct, Amma? Print up the addition of two matrices, right? So I need to read the value of all the two matrices. So I C of 1 comma 0 is 1 comma 1 is. So what is going to be the value over here, right? That is what is being given over here. So for a printer, the addition of two matrices is, right? So the addition of two matrices is for I is equal to 0, for I is equal to printf, the addition of two matrices is okay. What is the purpose of slash n and slash p, ma? What is the purpose of slash n and slash t? Can anyone tell me?
Slash n means it will print in the next line.
Okay.
And T means in the horizontal way.
So here,
Space.
space. Here we need a tab space. For what purpose we need a tab space over here? For what purpose we need a tab space over here? Tell me how you go for printing your this thing
Matrix.
matrix. For that purpose only we go
In the
for
row
the
and
tab
column
space
wise.
over here, right? So I am used with this space, right?
Ma'am, then how it will know that to which elements it will put in rows and to which
You
elements
want,
it will
you
put?
can go for giving her, right? So likewise also you can give, like this also you can give. It is not the issue, right? That is wrong. If you want, you can give inside that itself. This thing you can shift inside this. For each and every statement, it will go for what intimating that we do. Okay. Same thing only I have did over here. Right? Actually, I'll give before this. Here also you can go for giving the tabs. Oh, because we are printing it each and every line over here. So we need not give the tab space over there. So we'll run the statement. How many errors are there? I didn't end with the semicolon there. I didn't end any of the lines with the semicolon over there. You people also didn't tell me. Huh?
12, ma'am.
12th line. 13th line, can of percentage be, comma and M1, yes, capital letter. Section. If M1 equal to M2, we will go for using the ampersand.
You missed 42, ma'am. Semicolon.
Ma'am, in 25 line, there will be a curly brace, no? Opening. After for loop, second loop.
After for loop, this is for your for loop. Here we
Yeah,
have,
that
right? What is right?
one more.
Or one more thing we have, right? Enter the row. I'll give 2 cross 2 matrix. Or 3 cross 3 will give. We'll give 2 cross 2. So it will be easy for us. Matrix 1, matrix 2. So 2. Matrix 2 was 2. 2. The addition of 2 numbers is possible. Enter the elements of an array. Enter the elements of an array. Okay.
Hello. Ma'am, in 37 for loop that I less than M2. Line number 37. Line 37.
27.
37. 37.
For I is equal to 0.
I less than M2 for reading the second rows. The second element.
Either it is
Second matrix row and column. To read second matrix row and column.
you want M2 over here.
Yeah, it should be no for reading.
See, already we have read here M1 and M2. Here we are going
Yeah,
to perform over here for C of A of I comma B
No.
of I comma J on here.
37. No, no, 31, 31, 31. Ma'am, in 31. No, ma'am, in 31. B matrix, we have to read line number 31 for I equal to 0, I less than M2.
So here, yes. Yep. So C of I thought we are getting it. Very good.
Also in that is curly brace,
Got no?
which we have done now. In that, one more curly brace, opening and closing. For second matrix.
For second matrix, I couldn't get you.
For second matrix, you have to give a curly brace like in line number 33.
33 what? Okay. Start the curly brace. If it is a one statement, it is not required. If it is more than 2 statements, it is required. Now this is for a J loop and this is for your for loop. 2 J loops for loops and 2 J loops for loops. And here it is for the whole. We didn't end the else I should write no. You people didn't tell me. Else. Printf. Matrix. Addition is not possible. That's not possible. of that return 0 I should get, right? So else matrix addition is not possible. This one will not be coming, right? If this condition, okay, ends, right? Else this condition returns. Matrix 1, 2, row 1, 2, column 1, 2, row 2, 2 over there. Matrix addition of two matrices is possible. Enter the elements of matrix A. Enter the elements of matrix A. So how many elements I need to write? So identity matrix L, right? Identity matrix L, right? So tell me the values what I need to enter over here. 1 I'll give, 2, 2, over here 3, right? A of 0, 1, A of 1, 0. Okay. 3, 1, 2, 3. B matrix I need to enter 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So the resultant matrix is 2, 4, 6, 7. So I have got what 2, 4, 6, 7 over here. So now I want see here. What is the purpose of placing it over here? See, I have got it over here. So slash G here, C of I comma J. After that, I have given the slash n. So it has we have got it over here immediately after this. Right? Able to understand each and every element it is asking over here. Printf enter the elements of matrix A, each and every element it is asking, right? So here each and every element of, suppose I go for having this matrix over at the last, printf scanf percentage D, so it is not going to be made available inside the loop, right? If it is not going to be made as scanf for j is equal to, for I is equal to, so if I go for having this over here, I'll execute. I have it over here. Okay, so now you tell me how it is going to get displayed. Able to understand what is that I'm telling that to you? So 2, right here 2, 2, 2, right? So what is the A matrix? If I write 1, you have 0, 1, you have 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? P. I have given printf enter the value of B alone. I have given it over here. Where I need to do that? If I need that final value of that matrix, where I need to type those values. That printf statement where I need to type. That is my question. Can anyone tell me where I need to type that question? This one it is going to read, right? Again, to print, so scan up. So each and every element it is going to print, right? It is going to require. If I remove this, scan up percentage B comma I and this one. Okay. So now I go for what? That's the Addition of two matrices is possible. So now I need to enter the values over here. Right? So the resultant matrix you can see 2, 4, 6, and 8. Right? So here, if I remove the statement, what happens is directly we just go for what it is, just to ensure that each and every element what we enter. Suppose we need to print the final value, again what you need to do is that for I is equal to 0, for j is equal to 0, if you want that matrix to get printed over here, what you can do. So instead of scanf statements over here, we are reading that. Now we can go for what? Instead of scanf statements, you can go for what? Printf statements over here. Printf percentage d comma a of I comma j. Okay, so likewise you can change according to your requirement. You can go for what? Making the changes. Are you all clear with this program? Do you have any doubt on this?
Ma'am, you have copied once more that loop,
Which one? Huh?
for loop once again, I think.
Now I'll just
Just now.
see here. So here, if
Yeah,
I
twice.
which one? This part where I
That,
instead of scanf, I use printf. That statement.
yeah, that in that place you have just copied once again, I think.
Okay. See here for I is equal to wait. I'll share that PPT, then you'll be able to clearly understand. 1 second, ma. Some are saying that my voice is breaking. 1 second. It is clear whether you are all able to see the PPT. Able to see the PPT, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See here, when I give the statement inside this, see here, likewise it asks for the elements whenever we have that. Now I no need to enter these elements, right? I don't want to get these rows to be displayed, right? That time what I can do is that I can go for what? Removing this statement over here. Printf enter the elements of a percentage d comma I comma j. Right? So if I remove, I will go for reading only the matrix A and I'll go for reading the matrix A, and it finally goes for what? Printing the value of these matrices over here. Right? That's all. If I go for having this statements, each and everything will be displayed as such. Okay. So the addition of two matrices here, they have given 3 cross 3 matrix. So we have this result. Wow, one more thing you can see to that over here. Yeah, instead of giving it as in two matrices, here I have just given it as one array of 50, 50 rows and columns and I, j. So if for I is equal to 0, I less than m, for scanf, you are going to read initializing an array, right? So here j is equal to 0, printf percentage d slash t array of I, j. Here you are going to the array value over here. So like in matrix form, if you need that, you can go for putting the slash t over here, slash n over here. Right? Nothing else. So here I am reading the value of array, right? I have not put that statement printf. End of the array elements are percentage d. Likewise, I didn't put, right? So instead, for here, I went for finally printing what is going to be by matrix 1. Right? What is going to be my matrix 1 over here, right? That is what is being done over here. Just to display that, get the array of matrix and going to display the array of elements. That is it. Yeah, the simple example. I'm going to read a matrix. So for I is equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, I'm going to read a matrix, right? For j is equal to 0, j scanf percentage, I am going to matrix. Once I have read, I am going to go forward displaying this matrix over here. That's it. So enter the number of rows 2, enter the number of columns 2, enter the array of elements 1, 10, 20, get displayed in the matrix form. That's it. right? Similarly, here also you can go next thing you can see to that addition operations only. Here, as we did over here, scan of percentage matrix addition is possible. Print up enter the elements of matrix one. So we read, we have just read this, right? And then we went for reading the matrix B, and we are initializing C of I comma j is equal to 0 over here, and we are went for what executing the statements. And then finally, in order to read the sum of two matrix, we went for what? Now, what first? For processing that, we used one for loop. For getting the values printed, we went for what? Using another for loop. Able to understand this? Do you have any doubt in this? Are you all clear with this? See here, first we read the values of this matrices, that is rows and columns, and we are checking the condition if M1 equal to M2 and N1 equal to N2. And print up the addition of two matrices is possible, right? So here also you can write print up, enter the values of what? Print up, enter the value of matrix 1. Enter the value of matrix 1 or matrix A. So for that, what you have it over here? So for I is equal to 0, I less than M1, I plus plus. For J is equal to 0, J less than N1, J plus plus. Scan of percentage D comma A of I comma J. So now you want to print that matrix. If you want to print that matrix, again what you need to do, for J is equal to 0, J less than N1, J plus plus, you can go for what? Print up percentage D comma A of I comma J. That is what it has been used it over here also. You can see to that. So here we read the elements, right? After initialization, right? Print up, enter the elements of matrix 2 is being written over here, right? So if you want, you can go for using the printf statement to print the elements of matrix 1. Similarly, printf statement to enter the matrix of what? Element 2, right? Printf, okay, for I is equal to printf /t over here, and then printf /n. Right. So yeah, those values get printed because we don't have here this thing getting printed out, right? So you can use. So for loop, this is for this loop. Similarly, here you can go for this. See here, if I run this, else before else is missing. It's missing over before else. One more thing. 63. For loop. For I is equal to 0. Okay. Just for loop. So matrix 1, so 2, 2, 2, and 2. Addition of possible, enter the value of matrix A. So now I'll enter the value of matrix A, 1, 0, 1. Okay, you just try it out, man, this one, right? We'll be getting it. Okay. So now we'll go for matrix multiplication. So yeah, how will you carry on this multiplication process? Tell me what you need to do. See, subtraction of two matrices, it is possible only for a square matrix. It is not possible for a rectangular matrix. First, understand. Subtraction and multiplication could be carried out only for the square matrices. It cannot be carried out for the rectangular matrices. That means what? The number of rows should be equivalent to number of columns. Then only we can perform the matrix addition. Otherwise, matrix addition and subtraction is not possible. But in case of your multiplication, both matrix multiplication, in case of multiplication, it is possible for rectangular matrices. So the see, but here in this case, right? So we need to multiply this. So m into n into k, that is equivalent to what? M into k. So product is being defined as such. So that is what I need to do. So I need to multiply and I need to perform the addition operation over here. So we go for introducing one more variable, that is what is your k, right? So how will you perform the matrix multiplication? So what, how will you perform this matrix multiplication? Tell me. So first you will take 3, right? So how will you perform this? Tell me. 3 into first row into which one? First row into?
First column.
So 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 5 into 8. Correct? Yes. Next, first row into second column.
Second column.
Next, first row into third column. Similarly, second row into first column. Second row into second column. Second row into third column.
Third column.
So now what will be the resultant matrix you will have? What will be the resultant matrix? How many, the resultant would be what? 4 columns or 3 columns? When you multiply, what will happen?
3, ma'am.
3, yeah. 3, yeah. So when you multiply this, what happens? 3. So 3, number of 3 into this first column. First will be the first element. This will be the second element. This will be the third element. Yes. We'll be having what? 3 columns. How many rows you will be having?
2 rows.
4.
2, ma'am.
2 rows you will be having, right? 2 rows will be having. So whenever we go for performing that, we'll be having what? 2 rows, right? So the resultant would be here you have what? 4 columns into what? 4 rows, right? So now what is that? 4 columns must be equivalent to what? 4 rows. That is what is the condition you need to do? The number of columns must be equivalent to what? Number of rows over here.
Rows.
Okay, if that condition is satisfied, then we can go for what? Performing the matrix multiplication. Otherwise, matrix multiplication cannot be performed. So now the number of columns in matrix A should be equivalent to number of rows in matrix B. Able to understand that? Okay, so what is the constraint there in case of your this thing, ma? What is the constraint there in case of your matrix addition? Number of rows must be equivalent to number of rows in second matrix, and number of columns and must be equal to number of columns in second matrix. But here number of rows and number of columns in first matrix must be equivalent to number of rows in second matrix. If that condition is satisfied, then we can go for what? Performing what? Matrix. We can go for what? Performing what? Matrix.
Multiplication.
Now you tell me for this condition. Here I have 2 columns. Here I have 3 rows. Whether matrix multiplication is possible over here?
No, ma'am.
It is not possible. So whenever the number of columns is equal to the number of rows, then matrix multiplication is possible. Otherwise, matrix multiplication is not possible. Okay. So now see here, A of I. Okay, this is A of I, and then the jth element to row and column, right? But here I need to perform another operation. What is that? A of I into this thing, right? Plus this next element into this element, plus this element. So I need to add all these elements, right? After multiplication. So I go for introducing, apart from I and j, I go for introducing what? K over here. So I see here. So first row into first column. So 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1 plus 3 into 3, right? So this one is what? Ij. Okay, Ij, and this one I go for representing it as what? K. Okay, so I need to perform this multiplication. I need to perform this multiplication as well as what? Addition over here. So for that, I go for introducing another variable over here. You can see to that. Similar procedure for I is equal to 0. How you go for what? Getting the matrix of A and B. Similarly, you should get the value of matrix of A and B. After that, whenever you go for performing the matrix multiplication, that time what I need to do, I need to go for introducing one more loop, right, under the J loop. For K is equal to 0, K less than M1, it can be less than M1, K plus plus. C of I comma j is equal to, I am initializing the value what? C of I comma j is equal to 0 plus A of I into K plus B of what? K into J. A of I into K plus B of what? K into J. Right? A of I into K into B of what? K into J. So I need to perform what operation over here? So 1 into 1. Right? 1. So first row, first element. With the first row, first column, first element. First row, first element with the first column, first element. Right? So A of I comma K. Right? A of I comma K into what? B of K comma J. Right? So that is what is being explained at over here, right? So the product of an M into N matrix and an N into K matrix is what? M into K over here. Yeah, that is what we have defined, right? So whenever we have number of columns of matrix 1 is equal to number of rows of matrix row, the resultant matrix will be a dimension of what? Number of rows of matrix 1 into number of columns of what? Matrix. So here you can see to that. So from the above, that is 1, 2, and 3. So here is the number of columns is what? Number of columns is 2. Right? Number of rows here is what? 2. So I am able to perform this matrix multiplication. So M into N into K will give me the value of what? M into K over here. So M into K. Right? So here, so similarly here I can go for performing what? So instead of this, right? So apart for matrix multiplication, whenever you go for reading the values, you will be having 2 subscripts only. But in case of matrix multiplication, when you go for processing it, we will be introducing another variable, since we know that C of I comma j is equal to, so the previous value, right? Initializing it as a 0 plus A of I, so first row, first element and into first row, first column, right? Next plus second row into second element. So third row, third element into third, that is first row, third element into first column, third element. So 1 into 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 3 into 3. For that purpose only we go for using here what? C of I comma j plus A of I into K into B of what? K into J. So any of you will be getting what? I into J. So A of I into K into B of K into J. A of I into K plus B of what? J, K into J, jth element. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, another staff had joined, ma'am.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just stop sharing the screen, ma'am. I'll make them as the host.
I'm the host, so I will make him host.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Sir. Sir, I made you host, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, we will leave the meeting.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.